Hello my friends, welcome to Anna's Violets. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, or if you're for the first time on my channel, well, welcome, and please subscribe and click on the bell button to be notified of all the videos that I post about plants and gardening every single week. And of course today you already see, and this is the wonderful, just amazing and gorgeous, well, guess what? Medinilla magnifica flamenco. Today I'm going to tell you a little bit about the care and proper growth of this wonderful plant. Well, I have this plant for a couple of months. Usually you can find them in some greenhouses, plant stores in the spring when they just start to flower. And actually I have bought this plant when it had very tiny buds coming just from the middle of the leaves. But as you can see now, it's already blooming for a couple of months with me, and I guess it will be still blooming for maybe 2 more months until maybe August. So let me just tell you a little bit about the description of this plant. Well, as you can see, this plant is really big. It's in this very tall pot, but actually it's growing in this small pot. And that's because they do not have really big and strong roots. They are actually epiphytes, and they can grow as a shrub, of course, but not on the trees. So they like to be in moist area, in moist environment, very humid environment, and in just small, I would say even tiny roots. They are even called Philippine orchids or rose grape just for the flowers. Well, these plants can grow up to 3 meters well in the nature. However, as a house plant, they will grow until 1.5 meters maximum, and they have this very dark, as you can see, very leathery leaves. And the most unique thing about this plant is this square stems. Look at this. This makes this plant so unique. These plants have opposite leaves, which are really big, and I would say even huge. So one leaf with this oval shape and these tips, very sharp tips, they can grow up to 20-30 centimeters, only the leaves. Can you imagine? And these bracts actually of flowers, they can also be, I don't know, like 50 centimeters long. So it all depends, of course, on the conditions that they grow in. Well, this one I have pink because it's flamenco, but well, you can also find them a little bit white or, even violet. It just depends on the variety. And by the way, these plants were so liked by one of the kings of Belgium. He liked them so much, and they were growing and propagating them just everywhere. They are even depicted on 10,000 Belgian francs. Well, as for the growing conditions, they like to be in a really warm place, like at least 20 degrees Celsius, and of course in a very humid place. So you can actually spray them all the time. And the soil here, as you can see, it's a little bit moist. Well, it should stay moist all the time, but do not keep it really wet, and do not let it dry between the water. And as for the soil, they like a little bit acidic soil, so 5.5 pH should be fine. So for this you can add maybe a little bit of humus to the soil. I haven't repotted yet. I think I will do it next spring, because the flowers will stay on the plant until maybe end of August, and then it will be autumn and winter when there's no active growth. So I usually prefer to repot my plants in spring when they just they're activated and start to grow really fast. So at that time I most probably will repot it, and will tape another video to show how I'm doing that. You can of course fertilize them too once a week, maybe in the spring and summer. And in autumn and winter, they prefer a bit cooler temperatures, like for example 15 degrees Celsius. This means that, of course, the watering will also need to be a little bit less. So, and at that time, I wouldn't recommend fertilizing it. As for the propagation, of course, I haven't tried it yet, but they say it's quite hard, and you will most probably need some rooting hormones. I've seen that they just cut the stems from here, for example, and let it grow roots in perlite or maybe in some other mixture. Well, I will just tell you as I grow them, and I will be sharing with you my experience with them. What I would like to say, what is the negative part about these flowers is, of course, this. They lose their faded flowers, they just drop them, and so you just need to make sure that you don't have a carpet under this flower, under this plant actually. And unfortunately I am a bit late with my video, so the flowers are almost gone, but as you can see, this one is so cute. Can you imagine if they are all here and they all open? It's so much beautiful. Well, this is the end of flowering, so the flower opens and stays like this just for a couple of days, and then it will fade away and fall down. Here. I have these two here, and the third one is here. Unfortunately, this one is also almost finishing flowering, but still it's so much beautiful. And look here, just between the leaves, I don't know what it's called. So these are, I don't know, something like hair. Most probably they have their own specific name, but I'm not sure what this is called. And this is formed between the leaves. And actually it is growing in a very bright place, just next to the window, but there's no sun. And so it's very light and warm and bright for this plant. But I must say that this plant is even new for me, so I have it for a couple of months, and I would really love to know about your experience with them, because you know, even though it's growing quite fine in this couple of weeks and months, I have it maybe for 3 months now, so I would really like to learn from you, from your experience, and let's grow them together. Thank you for watching, hope you like it. I'm waiting for your comments about your experience. And stay patient about plants. Please subscribe and click on the bell button as always, and I'll see you next time.